First of all, I think NIO is in a very, very hyper-competitive market here in China. Obviously, there is a bid, and there's typically a pullback in the beginning of the year when you enter a new calendar year, as the year-end numbers tend to be inflated a bit as dealers close. But even with that, given how competitive the market is, they've had to take down pricing in the second half of last year in order to achieve the growth that they were able to do in the third and fourth quarter as they launch new products. But it's going to be a very challenging market for all EV makers, including NIO, with the pricing conditions in order to sustain the volumes that they've been able to achieve in the second half of last year. And I think going into this year, we're seeing weakness in demand, which is going to plague the industry going forward, and it's going to continue to put pressure on pricing.
Yeah, we've been keeping track of the Chinese economy, Bill, with the latest coming through from the work report and the National People's Congress. NIO has yet to become profitable, unlike its rivals like Li Auto, even XPeng, targeting 2025 to become profitable. What about the unveiling of new vehicles? How are they doing compared to the likes of Tesla? I'm hearing something about a mass market brand that they're going to be putting to market soon.
Well, yes, they have a brand strategy to broaden their brand portfolio. NIO was launched as a more premium offer with a services-oriented business model, which is why they spent so much in battery swapping and in NIO House. So that spread a lot of their capex out, a much higher burden and more burdensome business model than a typical automotive company. But they do have a strategy to diversify the brand portfolio. There are two brands coming. I'm sure we'll hear a lot more about that in the Beijing Auto Show coming in April, which are more mid-market and more, I think, affordably priced. And they intend to expand, obviously, into other markets as well. So there are some growth vectors for them. Obviously, with you come in with more affordable products, that should widen the market for NIO.
XPeng issued a statement a couple days back furthering their partnership with Volkswagen. For NIO, that's a 20% stake by Abu Dhabi's CYVN. What do you make of further developments or partnerships in this space?
Well, they're needed. This is a war of attrition. And if you run out of capital, and we've seen some companies already struggling with that, Hi-Fi, for example, Human Horizons, has recently stopped production. There have been other brands like Weltmeister, WM Motors that have also run into that problem. In order to kind of weather this very difficult economic period and one with very strong pressure, competitive pressure in the market, you're going to need to burn for a while before you can earn. And I think CYVN, the Abu Dhabi investor, is a lifeline for them to get them over the hump, hopefully to where they can introduce products that can appeal not just in China to a wider cross section of the market, but also overseas as they expand.